It took a while for ballots to be counted, and now we have a clearer picture on how the rest of the ballot measures have shaken out for Election Day. Digital producer Donovan Miner is joining us live from the First Alert Now desk with a look at some of those results. Donovan, good evening.
Good evening, Andrea. Voters in South Dakota went to the polls yesterday with a busy agenda on their plate. Once they were handed their ballot, they were asked to decide on 7 different issues. Let's take a look at a few of those issues. When they were asked about initiated Measure 28, the so-called grocery tax repeal, voters turned it down, with nearly 70% of those saying they didn't want it. Recreational marijuana was once again on the ballot. The issue was passed back in 2020, but was overturned by the state Supreme Court on a challenge by Governor Kristi Noem. Since then, the issue has had trouble to find footing in being approved, and that race was called earlier this afternoon with 56% of voters not in favor, effectively defeating the measure. Now, one measure that did pass is work requirements for those receiving Medicaid. Last election, voters approved Medicaid expansion, and this measure would require those now on Medicaid to be required to work. There are exceptions, such as those who are physically or mentally disabled, and it also does not specify what the requirement would be. Now, there are a few other measures that were decided, such as Amendment H, the open primaries measure, and Amendment E, which would have removed generic male pronouns in the state constitution. We have much more on those and in-depth coverage on last night's election at DakotaNewsNow.com. Live from the First Alert Now desk, Donovan Miner, Dakota News Now.
All right, Donovan, thank you.